a small briefing with you, all of you, regarding the final M4 presentation. And there were some people who were not able to submit M3, I think yesterday, and they were complaining about some technical issues and all. I had a chat with the Wadhwani Foundation's RM yesterday and today also. And so because of we have a last working day in 1 week, on 14th we are closing this session. So we discussed that how should we go about it. And earlier we thought that we will have a booster clinic of M3 today. But we have decided to postpone it. In fact, M3 we have decided to cancel it. We will have a booster clinic directly for M4 now. Okay. So I wanted all the PVs, at least, I hope that at least one member of each PV is there, so that there are no back and forth WhatsApp messages again and again asking the same questions. And if you are listening, I think that some of you can take the responsibility, maybe a few of you, at least the members of the startup can take the responsibility and on your informal group, explain what this briefing is about if some people do not join and later they have some issues. So now what you have to do is that you have to focus on your M4 presentation. It is live. You can download the template. I'm sure that most of you must have downloaded the template. In that template, there are 3 more slides which you have to add from M3 after your MVP. Okay. And if you, I am again and again sending messages regarding MVP. Some people are contacting me with their videos, some other stuff and all these things. So I'm continuously, I'm available. If you have any doubt, if you have any query related to your MVP, and if you need any particular suggestion, but please be specific. My only request is, because if we receive a lot of messages and vague messages, sometimes we are not sure that how should we help. Okay, so my only request is be as specific as possible. If you are, explain your idea, because 35, 37 PVs are there. So I don't remember that what was your idea, what was your solution about. Okay, so it is not that I don't care. It's just that it's not possible for me to remember all the 37 ideas. Okay, so just give me a brief that this is our solution which we are trying to propose. These are the people which we are targeting, and this is what MVP we are developing, and we are finding it difficult, or which will be the most appropriate one, like we have developed these 2 things, is this appropriate or not? So you can ask these kind of questions, whatever you feel like, on the WhatsApp, but try to be specific, first thing. Second is, since we have only 1 week left now, so what we are going to do today, we are going to have a class. Lamir sir will engage you on the last lesson, which is the lesson number 7, I think, on marketing and sales. And the last few slides of this, your M4 are about marketing and sales. In the last session on Sunday, we have already done the financial breakdown, and it is a pretty simple financial template in which you just have to change a few things, and it will give you the break-even period and all these things. So you just have to make that in the Excel sheet and just copy and paste that in your M4 presentation. Okay, that will be done. Now you come to the last few slides of M4. So let me just share my this. Can all of you see this?
Yes, sir.
PPT. Okay. So now what you have, what presentation, what slides you have left? There is this marketing and sales slide, in which there are 2-3 things. Your brand name and logo has already been decided, so you don't have to worry about this first question. Your positioning statement. Lamir sir will explain to you what is a positioning statement. Okay. And there is a format of a positioning statement in your handout. Okay. So you just have to put in few words, discuss among yourself and put in few words. Your positioning statement will be done. Put it here. Okay. Then third comes the early adopters. Who are your early adopters? Whom you are thinking you will be targeting the first. Be as specific as possible, and your overall, who will be your clients, and which kind of channels are you going to use to reach them for marketing. Okay. Say for example, you have students students of the university. So what is the best marketing channel to use to reach them? Maybe Facebook, maybe some other groups of students, WhatsApp groups or whatever it is to justify that. So if it is that. So Lame sir will explain to you what are the different marketing channels, and there is a handout which explains that all the different marketing channels are given and it's situations in which you can use those marketing channels. You just tick on those, discuss among yourself and decide. Put it here. The slide is complete. Okay. Move on to the next slide. Now here there are two things very important. In that videos, there will be a video on how do you create a marketing pitch. Basically, marketing pitch is sales pitch where, say for example, you go to a customer, prospective customer, and you try to sell them. How will you do that? So that is what you have to record. So any one of you, and there is in those handouts, there is a template given. You just have to edit that template according to your product and service. And one of the members, all of you are so smart, you are all in developing videos and all these things. Just go, one of the member can record a video. And in the last three, I think it's slide, there was also given that how should you record a video. Okay, just read this right, guide for video recording. As simple as that. And place the link here. What is the best way to do it? Create a video, upload the video on your YouTube. Okay, on YouTube you log in on the YouTube and there is a studio, YouTube studio, upload it there. And there is a link option. So you can create an open link or you can create an unlisted. This unlisted means that only the people who have that link can view that. So you copy that link and paste it here. Okay, make it unlisted. Don't make it a private video. If you make a private video, only you can, through your login, can view it. Otherwise, nobody else will be able to view that. Make unlisted video and place it here. Now, then the next question is, did you make any sale? If yes, demonstrate it. If no, then tell that how are you planning to do it. Okay, and then comes the last slide, that what is your target market, who will be your leads, what will be your prospects and customers. This is what Lame sir will explain in today to you, and that is end. So that is complete. Your M4 will be completed. Now, some of you might be stuck at M3 still. I can understand this thing. Okay. So some of you might be stuck at M3. So my advice to you, instead of creating an M3 presentation and then copying and pasting and then developing an M4 presentation, start working on the M4, complete M4, and on the upload button in M3, upload M4 only. Okay. In both M3 and M4, you have to upload. Now the last point which I want to make today before I leave is that we have created an assignment on Google Classroom, ESD Google Classroom, for uploading M4. Okay, so you have to upload your M4 presentation, final M4 presentation, not on LearnWise first, but on Google Classroom by the end of 12th October. Okay, 12th October midnight, you should upload your M4 presentation on Google Classroom. Now, what will happen after that, because we don't want that you make some mistakes and you do not qualify for the International UNoodle competition of Vadhvani Foundation. This is the reason why we are asking you to do first submit on Google Classroom. We will review those things and we will give you suggestions to improve minor things in that. Okay, we will give you suggestions that if you improve these things, that you will get good marks in the final one. Okay, so we will give you feedback before that. And in the private comments, we will add feedback in the next couple of days. Okay, and then only once you have incorporated those small things and made changes to your final presentation, then only upload it on LearnWise. Okay, the date for LearnWise I will announce after consulting Mr. Jivani. Okay, so that is what the message here is, that there are only 3 slides left. Please take out, even if you take out just 1 hour of your time, I think you can complete these 3 slides. One of you can record the video and then upload it. Send everything first on Google Classroom by 12th of October. Okay, we will review it, we will provide you comments. incorporate those comments. Very small, very few. I'm sure if you are working hard, there will not be more comments, but you can refine it and then finally submit on LearnWise so that you qualify for the international UNoodle competition and you get a good certificate from Vadhwani Foundation. So that is what I wanted to brief you about. For now, you don't need to submit. If you have not submitted M3, there is a technical issue going on with the M3 submission button. So that's what I'm saying, that just leave M3 as it is, work on M4. And when the final submission of M4 takes place, upload the same presentation in M3 also. Because M4 is already having M3. You understand? You are understanding my point?
I have a question.
Yes.
Sir, in M3 also we have to make a video, record a video and paste it link on its template. So this is also the same for M4 also.
See, in M3, recording a video was about MVP. If you are making an explainer video for your MVP, okay, there's no compulsory thing that you have to create a video in M3. M3, you had to add an MVP, minimum viable product. Okay. So if, say, for example, you have developed a scientific, I have given you examples of what can MVP be on the WhatsApp. Check those things. If you are developing something else, then you paste those links there. Okay. If, say, for example, you have developed a landing page of a website, so paste that link in your MVP. But in M4, there has to be a video. Video is basically you are selling your product. It's a marketing video. You are doing a marketing. And sales pitch is there. Sales pitch, there is a template of sales pitch which is there in your handouts. And I please sincerely advise all of you, because the access to LearnWise will be over very soon. So please watch all of these videos. There is, for conceptual clarity, also attempt the quizzes after each lesson. You will get conceptual clarity. Though quizzes, we are not counting the quizzes in terms of your marks. But I will advise you to please go and, because there will be many things which will not be clear in your head. Like, for example, you may have some doubts about MVP. You may have doubts about the financial modeling. You may have doubts about something else. Between customer and consumer and all these things. Once you go through that quizzes, you will, even if you are getting a wrong answer, it will provide a right answer, what is the right answer, and give you a logic. So you will get to know that your conceptual, you will get conceptual clarity. That is what is more important. Because see, this is an online course right now. And please make the best use of one of the best platforms for entrepreneurship course. That's my humble suggestion to you. Okay? Is there anything you want to ask me before I leave?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, can we upload the recording of a video call of a sales pitch?
Video call? I didn't understand.
Okay, sir. Like, I will not conduct interview face to face if I conduct a sales pitch on video call.
See, it is not the sales. See, you have to create a video for your sales pitch. That is the question there. Okay. How are you going to make a sales pitch? That is what they are asking you to do it. So, what it says that the handout, and then perform like an act. That if there is a real customer in front of you, how will you basically give the pitch, elevator pitch to the customer? That's what they are asking. Okay. So you don't have to record the live record. What I understand by your question is that you are saying that you are doing a live sales and you want to record that live sales.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear now, sir.
You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. But yes, if you can do some sales, so you should show that we have sold it to 5 people, say for example, 2 people, for example. There is a question there. Have you sold this product to someone else? So you can add there. And what has been your learnings on that?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any doubt? Any other question?
Sir, each member can upload M4 in Google Classroom, or a team leader can upload this.
Just team leader, just one person. Though it has been assigned to everyone because the Google Classroom works like this, but there are 37 PVs, sir. So we need 37 PVs. The team leader or one team member can upload it.
Okay, sir. Thank
But
you.
but remember, if your PV is not there by the end of 12th October on that Google Classroom, we will not be able to provide you any comments. Okay?
Sir, for M4 to complete the M4, we have to we have to watch all the videos of LearnWise
Yes, all the lessons.
till
What we have covered so far.
lesson number 8.
It's lesson number 8 or 7? 8, yes. For marketing, lesson number 8.
Okay, sir. Or sir, where the template is available to us for M4?
Yeah, you have to check the LearnWise. On LearnWise, all the templates are available on LearnWise.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right then. So if you have any further questions, I will be available on WhatsApp. I have a meeting, so Lana sir will continue from here. Okay. You please post your questions and best of luck for your final M4 submissions. Because Mr. Jivani was very excited when he was here for the booster clinic, and he is expecting a very good performance from AMU teams. So he's saying that AMU has to be one of my best team from North India, all the teams. So he is counting on your sincere efforts. So please make your university proud. Best of luck.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
So today we'll be starting with lesson 8, marketing and sales. And let me tell you that sales is one of the important division, because this is the only division which provide revenue for the organization. Yeah, other revenue sources as well, but sales is one of the prominent, I must say. And without revenue, no organization can run. You cannot have salary structures. You cannot have money in your accounts, and you cannot pay the dues, etc. without having sales. And sales is considered as one of the important factor in sustainability of any organization. So that is why this lesson, marketing and sales, is definitely very important. And the template that have been shared by you already, the M4 presentation template, you may find that on slide number 16, 17, and 18, the marketing and sales have been shared, and that is actually what you need to submit in the presentation. So, starting point of marketing and sales, let me start with a simple example. I hope everybody used to do toothbrush, and you basically brush your teeth every morning at least. So अगर मैं आप लोगों से कहूँ, if I take a name, let's say Pepsodent. Pepsodent is a toothpaste, right? But I say Close-Up. Close-Up is another toothpaste. So in your mind, do you find Close-Up and Pepsodent having different understanding or same understanding? the work of that product is same, cleaning your teeth. But if you look at Pepsodent or let's say Close Up or any other brand, the advertisements you must be seeing on the television or on the social media, you may find that different actors are playing a role and they are actually pushing their brand in a specific way. For example, Close Up usually have college-going students in the advertisements. Oral-B mostly have doctors in the advertisements. Pepsodent mostly have students or a theme, or no, not students but the kids or small children, and the theme is more likely of a comic or something like that. Can anybody tell me why they are doing so? What is the reason they are using different themes to attract the consumer? Although the work of the product is same, the product is used to clean your teeth.
Sir, they're acquiring
Yes,
big
anybody.
market sizes.
The product is actually used to
They are
clean your
acquiring-
teeth, but still, okay, unique value proposition, come on, right? So, what are they doing? Why they are actually promoting different type of themes to the consumer? If I talk about college going students, you may find a close-up ad involving those. They are and Pepsodent involving children, Oral-B involving mothers and doctors. So this is what we call in the marketing term as targeting. Targeting a specific set of consumers. And once you target a specific set of consumers, what you try to do, you try to create an image of the product in the mind of the consumers. That is why the marketing channel, the sales, marketing, etc. is becoming very, very important and prominent today, because without an image, without a target consumer, your early adopters, etc., your product may become very confused for the consumer. They may not be able to understand what really the product is and why they should purchase your product. So let me start with the presentations here. So in this presentations, in the video presentation that we're going to have today, we will talk about branding, positioning. We will talk about, unique value proposition. We will talk about why customer will not buy. And the templates that are attached to these videos are actually your templates for your the M4 presentations. So let me know if the video and audio is clear.
You have all heard of Apple, Samsung, OnePlus. These are all brands. So what is the product here? You have
It is clear, I hope.
Sir, please mute your mic. It's echoing.
Okay, sure.
all heard of Apple, Samsung, OnePlus. These are all brands. So what is the product here? As you very well know, the product here is the mobile phone. A brand is the image of the product in the customer's mind. It represents what the customer thinks and feels about. Now, think of Spider-Man as a brand. The brand Spider-Man is put everywhere. A water bottle, notebook, comic, movie. All these are products. So what do you think when you think of an Apple phone? And what is the mental image when you think of a OnePlus? A brand is not just a word, a name, or a logo. A brand evokes an emotion in the customer's mind because they get attached to the brand over a period of time. This emotion gets built up as a result of the customer's interaction with the brand and the reputation the brand builds for itself. It takes time and effort to build a brand. Let's take the example of bottled water. water is naturally available to all of us. Is bottled water a brand or a product? The fact is that though water is free for everyone, some companies sell them to us by packaging it and putting their brand on it. So, how do you think companies are able to sell water which looks and tastes the same, and yet people claim their product to be better or best? The answer is very simple. They create a brand. Now let me give you some tips to create a great brand. First and most importantly, your brand should be consistent with what the product actually is. If you say your product is offered at the lowest price in the market, then it should be the lowest price. Second, use every opportunity to reinforce your brand to the customer, even if it is as simple as writing the logo on your own car. For example, Tony Fernandez, the Air Asia Finally, be consistent in all communication. For example, your website should have the same look and feel, color, words as a poster or an ad in the paper. To sum up, all I would say is a product is what you sell, but the brand is the perceived image of the product, and branding is the strategy to build that image.
This video starts with the concept of branding. So I believe in first year you must have learned about marketing and also marketing and branding as well, I believe. Or branding might be the specialization in the second year. But the basic idea behind is to create an image in the mind of the consumer, and actually that image is created with some strategy. You cannot have that image just by putting it in advertisements or just by saying in your advertisements or sales pitch, etc. You have to create a strategy so that a brand can be established in the mind of the consumer. So this template that you must be seeing on your screen is actually defining the difference between brand and product. You can all go through it and you can understand that according to your product or your service that you have built, your PVs have been built. So you may answer these small questions and then you can describe what would be your brand strategy, how you will approach to your target consumers. Again, let me tell you very specifically, target consumer. You cannot make every consumer happy. So you have to be very specific what is your target market, and that is why segmenting, targeting, all these are important factors when it comes to marketing and sales. So what is the branding strategy should be very clear, and that branding strategy will ultimately help you in getting more and more sales, and a particular image will be built in minds of the consumer. Okay. So you have gone through the concept of branding. It's very small and very specific concept. The 5 strategies have been given to you by the Vadhwani Foundation person, that you have to be consistent with the product. You have to reinforce your brand to the consumer, concentrate on your target consumer, associate with the strong brands, and be consistent in your communication. Whatever you are trying to say should actually be consistent, and whatever your product is actually delivering, that should be consistent and all. So how to reach? This is what we are trying to do, but how to do that? So this is the concept of channels. What medium would you use to implement this branding strategy? And that medium is actually given in terms of channels. You have different channels. So let me share the video first, then we'll have a small discussion.
what do you think is the role of Amazon or your local supermarket? What do you think they do for you? They bring you products and services, right? These are called channels. But channels can be of many types and can serve various objectives. Let us understand them more. We can use channels for the purpose of communicating with our customers and also for delivering the products and services to our customers. Communicating with customers can imply anything from letting our customers know that we exist, or what is called discovery, to giving them detailed information of our product features. Communication channels can also be used for engaging with the customer, getting feedback, or even building a community of users. Can you think of an example of a channel which serves all these purposes? Facebook. Delivery can mean either initiating a trial or making a sale or enabling a return. Examples are your local retailer, Amazon, and many others who are selling products to you. Here are some tips to get you started with channels. 1. In the early days, leverage as many free or low-cost channels as you can. For example, a Facebook page has no direct costs, but an ad in the newspaper costs money. 2. Channels which are right for the early days of the startup need not be as relevant in the later days. For example, distributing flyers in a neighborhood will not work for a large international level FMCG like Kellogg's. Also, channels that you can use for discovering early adopters may not work when you want to address a larger market. Like technical blogs by experts were used for discovering early adopters for Oculus Rift or AR/VR headset. 3. Do not try to be everywhere. Prioritize on only a few channels. 4. Remember to be consistent with your messaging across channels. There's a lot of talk around channels and types of channels such as distribution channels, digital channels, a lot of frameworks, etc. But these classifications are not very relevant for you right now. All you need to do is focus on your goals and the simplest way or channel to reach your early adopters. To sum up, keep in mind that channels serve two purposes. One is communicating with customers and the other is delivering the product to your customers.
So, as you have seen in the video that these channels are very important because you are not only communicated with your target consumers, but also you are trying to deliver the product to them. So in this template that is available to you, you may find that you may find these channels here. There are different channels being mentioned with a description of those channels. So as per your practice venture or your minimum viable product, you have to choose at 2 or 3 channels, the best 2 or 3 channels you believe will actually be the best to communicate with your target consumers. There are many channels being given here, as you can see in your screens. The 23 channels have been discussed here. You may go for 2 or 3 channels which you believe is best for you, for your product or for your service, and you need to involve or include those channels in your second slide of your M4 presentation. So 2 or 3 channels will do. And since you are targeting early adopters here, because you are trying to launch a product that is all the a minimum viable product, and you are now touching the ground, actually touching the ground. So you need to be very wise in your approach. You have to be very consistent and wise in your approach. What type of channel will be best for you so that you may reach your target consumers. You already have done targeting in your lean canvas. You have already understood the customer segments, your unique value propositions, etc. So you have in your mind that who are my consumers, who are my target consumers, early adopters, etc. So based on that, you may actually use those channels, specific channels. And of course, as rightly said in the video, that at the beginning, you can also choose some channels which are easily available, freely available, and may reach to the consumers or wider audience. Your focus should be your target early adopters, but you may use Facebook platform, social media platform, Twitter, etc. that are freely available. You may use Pinterest, you may use Quora, you may have offline advertisements, online advertisements, but you have to be very careful in your approach, because although if you choose to have whatever channel for your particular product or service, if you are not able to reach your target consumer, it will be a waste of time and waste of money sometimes as well. So that is why it is very important. Choose your channels wisely and mention at least 2 or 3 channels in your M4. So these channels have been given to you in the template. You can download the template through Learnwise, and you may find different templates, and the description is also given in the tablet itself. This is the same template, okay. So now you have already understood that branding is important for you, and how to actually do branding, what is the strategy, and you have also gone through the channels, that what are the available channels for your product and service, what will be the best available channels for communicating to the consumer as well as delivering the product to the consumer. Now comes the touching ground, the sales pitch, the sales planning. For that, you have to understand few important things. Of course, when we talk about the particular product that you have or service that you are trying to offer, there is one thing that is known as optimism. Most of the entrepreneurs, they believe that their product will definitely sell. They are very much optimistic. Optimism is a good thing, but too much optimism may result in a failure. So you have to understand, you have already gone through the pain points of the consumers, you have also already gone through the customer segments, you have already found your niche, etc. You have to understand what might be the reasons the customer will not buy your product. What can be the possible reasons? You have to understand that as well. So whenever you are creating a sales pitch, you have to understand that those reasons should be addressed. Those reasons should be taken care of. So let me share the video first.
Hi there and welcome back. So far, you have completed a few significant tasks in this lesson. You applied the concepts of segmentation and targeting to gain insights about your customer. You identified the niche for your product or service. In short, you know quite a bit about the customer by now. But wait, there is more. You know what the customer in your niche needs. But how will you know if the customer is willing to buy your product? It is quite possible that the customer has an alternative, which is what Marcus found out after he launched his venture. Marcus had spent 10 years in the apparel industry. Using his understanding of consumer behavior in the office wear niche, he launched the apparel brand Smart & Sharp. The brand included shirts and trousers that were easy to maintain. The product was superior in quality and it was cheaper than similar products in the market. Marcus launched the product during the prime shopping season and offered it through all leading retailers. He seemed to have done everything right, but his product just wouldn't sell. The sales did not pick up despite introducing promos such as buy 2 get 1 free. It was a better product and it was priced lower. Then why wouldn't it sell? Why were the customers reluctant to buy this brand? Because there were alternatives. And the customers did not want to switch. Just like Marcus in our story, many entrepreneurs believe that if the product has a relative advantage over other similar products, the customer will be willing to switch. However, This doesn't happen most of the times. Expert entrepreneurs identify two factors for this. One, switching costs. Two, psychological biases. Let us look at each of these factors in detail. Let me address the first factor, switching costs, with the help of a few examples. Let us take the case of Ouya, an Android-based games console. It is an 8th generation console competing against Xbox One and PlayStation 4. This product is comparatively cheaper and it offers a free version of all its games. But existing users are still reluctant to shift to this console. Why? It is because the users are part of an online community where they discuss, play and exchange games. A behavioral pattern has set in, and switching to a new product or a new behavior is never easy. Let us consider another example. What if you were asked to switch from MS Office to a freeware like Apache OpenOffice? I know I would be very reluctant because I am very comfortable with MS Office. I would want to learn the features of the new software even if it is considered better. Here is an important point. Please remember that switching cost has nothing to do with product cost. Even if a new product is cheaper, customers may not switch because there are other factors to be considered, such as their comfort level with an alternative product and compatibility with other things add-ons and all. We now come to the second reason why customers don't buy, that is, psychological biases. The human mind functions in some predictable ways, and this also impacts a customer's decision to buy. Experts refer to this as psychological biases. Buying and selling decisions are influenced by three psychological biases in particular. These are perceived value, loss aversion, and optimism. Once again, let's understand these with the help of some examples. One day, Joshua Bell, a world-famous violinist, disguised himself and played the violin in the Washington DC metro station. A few people who walked past him gave him some money, and he ended up collecting $27 in 45 minutes. Now here's the twist in the tale. Just 2 days earlier, he had performed to a packed theatre in Boston, where the average ticket price was about $100. So what does this example tell us? It tells us what is important is not the value being delivered, but the perception of value delivered. In short, it means that the cost of a product or service is guided by its perceived value. If the perceived value of a product is high, customers will be willing to pay more. Now let's move on to the next bias, loss aversion. So what is loss aversion? If the customer already has a product which they are using, they won't like to give up the product for your new one. Losses are more significant to the customer than equal gains. And when planning to buy a new product, they'll first think about what they could lose if they buy the new product. We now come to the last bias, which is optimism. Before we get to it, here is some food for thought. This is a bias which affects the entrepreneur, the seller in this case, and not the consumer. Do you want to know why lottery tickets sell? Well, it is because a lot of us feel we will win. In other words, we are unrealistically optimistic about getting favorable results. And entrepreneurs fall into this category of people who can be unrealistically optimistic. They often overestimate the value of the product and the ability to make the product a success. Here is a key takeaway. While perceived value and loss aversion guide consumer decisions, optimism guides the entrepreneur's decisions. And once we understand these biases, we can take some steps to work around it. With that, let me take your leave now. Enjoy yourself and have a good day.
So I hope these videos are easy to understand, and there is nothing much so to discuss here. These are the basics of what we are actually planning our sales and how we should plan our sales and all. And the last video today is very important because this is the last slide of your M4 presentation, that is the sales pitch.
You learned about segmentation, niche marketing, and identifying who is your customer. But is that enough? No. You need to go out and acquire those customers and develop relationships with them. Customer relationships is an integral part of the business model. Customer acquisition is a process. Think of it like a funnel, as people drop away at each stage of the process. Let us understand this with the help of an example. Nancy decides to launch a daycare service for working mothers in her part of the city. She targets the niche of working mothers with children in the age group of 1 to 4 years. Nancy does her own research and finds out that there are about 100,000 women in her part of the city with children in that age group with a full-time job. So the size of her niche is 100,000. Now she has to reach out to these 100,000 mothers. But obviously she can't reach out to all 100,000. So she has to be able to reach out to about 10,000 potential customers about the daycare center through social media and mails. Of the 10,000 potential customers, only about 1,000 showed interest by inquiring further about the service. From this 1,000 finally, she was able to convert only 100 of them as customers. So note that at the top of the funnel, there are many potential customers. And at the bottom of the funnel, there are a few who actually end up becoming customers.
So I hope the screen is visible to you. This is your M4 template that have been on your screens. So as Faraz sir has completed the financial part, the financial background plan, you have to just edit and paste it that here. And this is the marketing and sales plan. So in this you have slide number 16, 17 and 18 as per the marketing and sales videos that you have seen, and you may download those videos and templates at your own time. So you have to present here your brand name and logo. You have to present a positioning statement. A positioning is actually defining clearly what your product or service stands for, what it intends to do, what will actually it will help the consumers to do. I hope you all have this concept clear. Otherwise, you can download the template. You may find definitions of positioning in the template. So slide number 16, and then you have to segment your market, your early adopters, what channels you will use to actually catch them, and why this channel, what you need to provide justification. And of course, you can have maximum 2 or 3 channels at the starting. So you will have all 23 if you wish, but the idea is that you should prioritize what channel will actually help you in reaching your early adopters. Then your video pitch that Faraz sir has told you, and finally your marketing and sales. What is your target market size? What leads that you believe can generate, what opportunity prospect, and what who are the final consumers. If this marketing and sales slide is not available, don't worry about that. It may come afterwards as well, because since we are expecting that you must have been in touch with your consumers and to understand and to fill different templates, you should be having a vague idea that what type of target market you are catering and what is the possibility and how much actually the consumers are in that particular target market. So these 3 slides are important and you need to actually submit that. So if you have any questions regarding that M4 template and how to actually copy paste the video link, etc., you may contact Faraz sir on WhatsApp and personally, and you can submit the M4 as advised by Faraz sir earlier as well, that you should submit that M4 through Google Classroom or till October 12th midnight. We will provide our comments on your M4 template, and then after making the changes, you must submit it to Wadhwani Foundation, that is LearnWise platform. Please do not submit to LearnWise directly. First submit to us, so that if there are some changes, we can advise on those changes and we can have a discussion on that. So you all have access to LearnWise. You are requested to download the templates on the LearnWise platform. Best of luck for your videos. Best of luck for your M4 presentation. And let's hope that you may find this subject very practical oriented, and I wish that more and more entrepreneurs can come out of this batch. Best of luck for your presentations.